Some people are asking, does it have requirements? I don't believe it has any hard requirements, except there's a very short mini quest you have to complete to get in.
Hey guys, and welcome to a new video covering why I am excited for the new Raksha boss and how I'll be preparing. So when you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So it seems the video I titled A Very Convincing New Boss League is going to be true. This, Raksha, is going to be the new boss for Runescape 3 coming on the 7th of December. The reason I'm so excited for this boss is because I now have more skill than I had with previous boss releases. I know more about the mechanics. I have pretty much most of the gear I'll ever need. There are of course the upgrades I can get, like tier 99 prayers for all combat styles, tier 92s for all combat styles, and so on, but I'm as ready as I can be.
He sits between Raksha and Telos. There is a but in there, in the sense of I would always say that we've designed Raksha to be a test of sort of testing something else. Like, he's not a DPS dummy. He's a test of like your ability, like your endurance, your consistency. So he's more punishing if you make mistakes. So it's about, you know, how well can you manage the fight for the duration of the fight. It's definitely a test of your sort of your knowledge of the game, your skill of the game. It's not the hardest boss in the game, you know, like we're saying, it's between Raksha and Telos, just for those that are how well, you know, your arsenal of tools, your high tier gear. Can you survive? Can you make use of the things you're well adversed in?
So for me, this is good news. I've never really hopped into any boss release straight away due to a variety of reasons, but this is the first boss release I'm going to try straight from release, and for good reason. There's actually two big reasons. The first reason is I'm extremely excited to experience some fresh new PvM content, especially since it's a solo and duo boss. I don't have to rely on a group of people. This makes learning a new boss significantly easier, because if it was a 5-man group boss, and there would be punishing mechanics like they said, once 1 or 2 people from your team would die, you would have to restart the kill. What I plan to do is try and face tank everything and eat through an entire kill while recording, obviously trying to counter as many mechanics as possible, probably using defensives, and as soon as that is successful, I'm going to look back at the footage to see the main mechanics Raksha possesses. Following that, I can start thinking of ways to counter mechanics using abilities or how to save food during the kill, and then slowly start converting those things into a release day or week guide. That might not be perfect, but it's a great starting point for the boss, and I'm sure you guys will appreciate it. Now, of course, the PVMers that are way more into this game than I am will find those things way quicker than I will, and if they end up posting it to Reddit or people share with me, I'm of course going to try out those things and put them in the video as well. I don't expect to be the person that's going to find out the best ways to kill this boss. I don't play the game enough for that, but I will try to make a decent on-release guide. And after that, of course, over time, there will be a full in-depth guide after everything is uncovered and known. Now, the second big reason I'm super pumped to try and kill Raksha a bunch of times is because the boss does not drop weapon pieces or things in parts. Instead, it will be dropping new codices for either ranged or magic. At least, most likely something for ranged or magic. There's probably a 0.1% chance it will be for melee. But yeah, that would really surprise me.
Theorized that if we're doing like a tier 92 shield or a scythe or something, so I can confirm that we are not doing weapon or armor. Like, as in, we're not doing an armor set. We're not doing a new tier of weapon. We know that, you know, at the moment we didn't want to up the tier right now, but we are introducing various codexes, or codices, should I say.
In a previous video covering the boss league, I did mention mutated, aka greater concentrated blast, that might perhaps let you bleed or asphyxiate, basically activate it instantly, let it bleed, and then you can use different thresholds. But I think it might be something we won't expect whatsoever, something that will change magic as we know it. It doesn't necessarily have to be similar to Greater Barge. Also, they said various, which sounds to me as if it's going to be 3. Maybe more codices that will be added to the game. In that case, I think it's going to be for both ranged and magic in one go, because how often do they release bosses? Not that often. Maybe once a year, maybe less, if you take elite dungeons and so on into account. So I think This boss will drop both ranged and magic codices, so we're going to see some interesting changes to ranged and magic. As for the price, I think over time the ability codexes will drop to around 250 to 300 million GP, because people will be farming this boss for a long time, as it's going to be very, very profitable. And as you veterans know, with every new boss release or any new rare item in the game, the first few people to get it will be able to sell it to the people that want it very, very bad for around max cash. So of course, everyone is going to try and get those drops, test their luck on release day to try and get those drops and sell them for big, big profits. Now, how am I preparing for this boss? Well, first of all, I got myself an Inquisitor's Staff and Blast Diffusion Boots. I wanted to upgrade my magic setup. I was going to do this anyway for the magic upgrade order video, but now I have to wait until the new boss arrives before I can start making that magic upgrade order video, because those new abilities will definitely change that order up a little bit. I bought the Inquisitor's Staff because if Raksha is a melee based boss, meaning the extra damage and accuracy will work at Raksha with the Inquisitor's Staff, this staff will be best in slot there with magic. We will find out if that's the case on December the 2nd during a live stream at around 1700 hours game time, as that is when we'll be getting more information about Raksha and possibly the drops as well. I think it will be a melee based boss because it's a dinosaur. I mean, come on, it's gonna claw you or bite you and stuff like that. According to the lore, it does have ranged and magic-y special attacks, but that doesn't mean the boss can't be a melee based boss. I mean, look at Telos. Telos has bombs, he has magic attacks, but it's still a melee classed boss. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Whatever it may be, I will have the staff in my bank ready to go if it does work there. As for other things I bought to prepare a little bit, I bought some onyxes to cover some of my deaths. I really hope there's going to be a practice mode to save me some death cost money, because I will mess up with ring switches and I will be dying and having to pay that cost again. The single most ridiculous thing in Runescape 3 are the death costs. I seriously hope they will change them sometime soon, because I am not a fan of paying millions of GP for dying just once. And the final thing I will be doing is of course stocking up on some potions, and I don't think I've seen anyone talk about this, but I got the idea from someone in my Discord, Rabando. Why wouldn't you be able to get extra damage and accuracy when being on a dinosaur task against Raksha? I think the chances are quite high that a dinosaur task will help you at Raksha, given that they didn't specifically exclude it from working at Raksha to make the boss fight a little harder. Whatever the case will be, there's no reason to not have my account ready on a dinosaur task a day before the release. With that being said, I've covered everything I wanted to say in this video. I'm just very, very excited for this new boss. I can't wait to see what the mechanics are like and how this boss is going to be different from the other bosses in RuneScape 3. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.